Episode 43 of Serious Sentiments with Johnny Kane. Hello and welcome to Serious Sentiments. I am Johnny Kane, and this is part 3 of the loss of privacy, like you have no privacy, trilogy. Hopefully someday, a lot of people watch this because I'm not the smartest guy in the world, and I don't maybe speak as well as I should or as good as most people. But I think I hit right to the, core of the issue. Now, WikiLeaks has talked about how basically the CIA, FBI, and all these 17 intelligence agencies, not to mention just your local police and your God knows whatever snoops you have around you, people who have the technology basically just to tap into your phone, tap into your computer, listen to your conversations. This technology exists. There are people who probably sit there and intentionally will move into a house next to some super hot babes. I'm talking like if some parents have, 7 hot daughters and you want to see everything possible and hear everything possible about these daughters, you probably just have to move across the street or next door or within a block, and you can probably find out as much as you want about those daughters, the mother and father, whatever. There's a lot of perverts out there who use this. There's a lot of people who like to use blackmail. Now, speaking of that, the CIA, this is the part 3. I'll try to keep this pretty simple. Now, a lot of people talked about Samsung, where the televisions are recording you and possibly filming you, just like, people cover that spot on their computer where, there's like a little like camera there. And these phones are recording everything, that we do and say and we type on here and blah, blah, blah. Even things that you type in but don't send, I think are known to some of these people who have these devices. So I'm just going to read here one thing about the Supreme Court, okay? Okay, the U.S. Supreme Court, and I'm going to look down for a second. I'm just going to try to read this as fast as I can. The U.S. Supreme Court noted that the degree of privacy guaranteed by the Fourth Amendment had been affected by technological developments. The question became what limits there are upon this power of technology to shrink the realm of guaranteed privacy. In its views, individuals had a minimum expectation of privacy. That's what the Supreme Court says. We have a minimum. Just we got a minimum. And I'm glad it didn't say bare minimum, but we have a minimum expectation of privacy. That's great. That in the interiors of our homes, we're not subjected to warrantless police searches. Thus, the use of sense-enhancing technology that could obtain information that would otherwise only be unobtainable by a physical search constituted a search. Accordingly, any information obtained by the thermal imager, or some, cops trying to find somebody growing weed, so that was like enhanced, enhanced technology that nobody else had, that they could sit across the street and view the interior of that house and find exactly where the hottest part of the house was, where they were growing the marijuana. But see, they used the police used a bit of technology that obviously got inside of that house without a warrant or without physically going in there. So you can't do that. Basically, I don't know if I came across okay there, but what it's basically saying in a nutshell is these TVs, these devices, listening and recording everything in your personal day. I mean, whether you're walking around in your car, in your house, especially in your house. I mean, people got TVs in their bedrooms. So like these Samsung and most of these TVs that I would think are the last 7-8 years, these smart TVs, are all recording you. So they got sex of everybody on there. Could lead to bribery. You know what I'm saying? There's people behind the scenes who might just want to find out about their neighbor. Let's say I work at NSA or the CIA or the FBI, and I've got access to this technology where I just can find out anything about anybody. Gosh, nobody's supposed to have that power. Only the God or Hindu or Buddha is supposed to have, and Muhammad, they're all supposed to have the power of knowing everything. And like, somebody's always watching you. Somebody's watching me. Well, it's true. So I think the point of this 3-part trilogy about your loss of privacy is, well, don't we have a lawsuit? Don't we have a lawsuit? Because if these smart technologies are filming us in our own houses, in our own automobiles, without a warrant, because there's not a warrant on all freaking 280 million of us or whatever. So, but they have this information on us. They have us recorded. They put these devices on us, in our house, in our cars, to find out all the information that they possibly could about us. And there are computers that can make trillions of calculations a second. So just remember this. We should be suing somebody. Samsung and all these other things that spy on you, including the CIA, Federal Express, UPS, helping to facilitate the spying. All the politicians who have gone along with this. All the people who are responsible for our loss of privacy. All the judges who let them get away with it. All the media. All the media who let them get away with this. At least Julian Assange and WikiLeaks is giving the rest of us the real truth. Not just me being a kook 10 years ago saying this, or 5 years ago, or 3 years ago. It's now true. Everything you do is somewhere on a computer chip or in a file. And no matter what, somebody could just go pull up that information on you. Welcome to your freedoms. Well, thanks for watching. I had multiple dumps today in the toilet where I just thought about maybe taking a picture of it and saying, there's your freedom. That's what happened to your freedom. Because technology has overcome your privacy. Technology is what every tyrant in the world wishes for, wants, and they got it. So, welcome to your world of at least knowing that you're like that one movie with Jim Carrey where everything you do is being watched. Oh, but I don't care. I'm a cool person who does my own thing. I go to work, I come home, I watch TV, I smoke a little green here and there, I fuck, I'm gay, I'm this, I'm screwing somebody's husband, I'm screwing somebody's wife. Yeah, well, somebody knows about that now, baby. Welcome. Welcome to the society of people who know their freedoms are gone.